Hey everybody, Tony Pressure Washing Depot located here in Homosassa, Florida. Check out our website, like, share, subscribe, and all that good fun stuff before we get into this video. Um, had a few people has asked us, said, well, you guys ran multiple crews and you guys had multiple employees or quite a few employees and stuff before you sold your company. How did you keep your employees happy? And there's quite a bit of different ways that you can keep your employees happy. But the first thing, your employees want a boss. They want you being in charge and telling them what to do for the most part. You have some people, they don't like being told what to do, but when it comes to being an owner of a company, they want you to walk out and they want you to, or they want to know that you know what's going on in your business and they want to know that you're in charge. They really do. Second off is like they don't like bossy people. So you are the boss, you're the owner of the company, but nobody likes working for a bossy person. Nobody out there come to you saying, "Hey, I want to be a slave. You can be my slave driver. Tell me what to do and stuff like that." Some people might get offended at that, whatever. But you're not a slave owner. You're the boss of an employee. At any point of time, these guys can turn and walk away and leave you hanging. So one of the things we would do to try to keep our employees happy is once a week we got all of our crews together and it's like, okay, we're going to meet at this restaurant. Y'all pick the restaurant. Y'all tell us where you. Each week we would have them say, okay, where do you guys want to eat next week? And normally, we're about 6-8 miles off the Gulf of Mexico, and we have a lot of restaurants here that are on the water. And sometimes we're all working around different areas, but we would actually take the time to sit down at a restaurant, normally on like a Thursday or Friday, end of the week. And we would sit down and anything they had questions on, I always called it questions, comments, bitches, or complaints. So anything they wanted to ask, talk about, whatever. If they were having a problem with a type of a piece of equipment, if they were having an issue with fittings or, something to do with a paver seal or a clean or something, something where they could actually talk out or hash out something that they had on their mind. And I'd rather them talk that out with us as a crew so we could all hash it out. If they had a problem with a person, we would all we'd lay it on the line, just brutal, blunt, straight to the point, so we knew what we were all talking about and thinking about, because you got to think we're riding in that truck, 8-10 hours a day, 5-6 days a week, a lot of times. And we become tighter as a group and closer sometimes than family. With that being said, also one of the things that we like to do is here in Florida we have quite a bit of amusement parks and there's entertainment everywhere we go. So riding with your crew when they first start off, they're more than likely going to be riding with you or one of your team leaders. You'll find out a lot about them as far as their birthdays, their anniversaries and stuff. Let's say for an instance you knew that their anniversary was coming up this weekend. I would go out, we talk about different movies or we talk about different restaurants and stuff, and you get to know where your employees really like to go to eat and stuff, and where their spouses like to go and things. You get real personal with your employees in this small of a business. So we would actually find out things about them, and it would come time for like their birthdays or anniversaries, we'd buy them dinner and and a movie ticket, or if there's a restaurant, they really like to go to, whatever, a little bit more pricey and stuff, we would actually give them a night on the town on the company. And it didn't cost us that much because throughout the year, they're the ones that's really taking care of you and making you money. When summertime come and stuff, once it got closer to vacation season and we started getting a little bit of slack time and stuff, we would actually start giving our guys tickets to like either Disney or like Legoland if they had kids and stuff, so they could take their kids down to an amusement park or to the zoo or something, just something totally different, so they felt that they were appreciated. Because without your employees, you don't have a business. I say that, if you're a solopreneur or you're a weekend warrior where you're doing everything yourself, it's very hard to scale a business if you're not hiring somebody to help you out. But once you do hire someone to help you out, you have to remember they're there to help you out. Don't forget who they are and where they come from. So it's not very complicated to make them happy and keep them happy. As far as vacation, we were a small business and we allowed our guys 2 weeks of vacation a year, but it's also pretty lenient. Whereas like, well, hey, if you need something, I want you to know that your family, in my opinion, comes before a job. And that meant the world to my guys because their family was the reason they had a job. So if I was that boss that didn't want them taking time off for their kids' ball game that they didn't want to miss, what kind of boss or what kind of person would I be? So my only criteria was like, hey, as long as you give me notice, you give me 2 or 3 weeks notice, and normally they know a week or two out saying, hey, I got a kid's got a ball game, or my kid's going down to Disney World, I want to be a chaperone. You don't get these opportunities back with your family. And if you remember your employees and you take care of your employees by showing that their family is more important than their job, you will not have a turnover rate, especially if you pay them decently. You treat them like a slave, you won't have them around very long. Guys, I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, check out our website, www.pressurewashingdepot.com. I hope that answered a few questions. I know there's still a million things I couldn't answer for you, but if there is, just hit us up in the comments below, and you can ask us a question. We'll try to hit that specifically. I appreciate you.